For the first time, 7 News is showing you video from an Anderson police officer's body camera, the critical moments when 2 officers opened fire in December 2013.
Put your hands! Put both hands up!
Police say the woman behind the wheel tried to run them over and they opened fire in self-defense. The woman behind the wheel died, and after a state investigation, a prosecutor said the police shooting was justified. But
now a 7 News investigation has uncovered a multi-million-dollar trend. Every single year, Upstate police spend millions of your dollars to settle federal lawsuits after shootings just like this. 7 News investigator Gordon Dill is joining us right now. And Gordon, when you say just like this,
exactly like this. The same situation, almost down to exactly what you just saw there. Instances where an officer is involved in a traffic stop. They say a car is trying to run them down and they're forced to open fire in self-defense. Just in the Upstate, I've identified at least one case just like that every year. And in each case, the state investigates, the prosecutor reviews the evidence, and then the officer goes back to work. And in each case, taxpayers make 6- and 7-figure payouts to somebody's next of kin. The police never admit they did anything wrong, but they always write a check. A Seneca police officer named Mark Tiller shot and killed 19-year-old Zach Hammond in July 2015. Tiller says he opened fire because he feared for his life when Hammond's car moved forward. The state investigated and the prosecutor agreed the shooting was a justified use of force. In criminal court, that's the end of the story. But for Hammond's family, it was only the beginning.
Someone has to experience some kind of pain in order to bring about change.
In late September, the Hammond family filed a civil lawsuit in federal court accusing Officer Tiller, the Seneca Police, and Police Chief John Covington of violating Hammond's civil rights, of taking his life and liberty without due process of law. Last month, without admitting any wrongdoing, the city agreed to pay the Hammond family more than $2 million to settle the case.
I didn't want the money. I could care less about the money. I wanted to hold somebody accountable.
The Hammond case is one of several repeating the same cycle of events every year. In 2012, Woodruff police shot and killed a pregnant woman named Lacey Lamb. The officer said she tried to run him down. The state ruled it justified, but paid $700,000 to her family. The next year, Anderson police shot an accused shoplifter named Sharon McDowell. 2 officers say they fired in self-defense.
No, they tried to run us over. Oh no, we almost got ran over behind us.
Again, the solicitor called it justified, but the city of Anderson still settled the case for more than $500,000. In 2014, a Duncan officer shot a woman at the wheel of a stolen police cruiser when she came at him in reverse. The cop was cleared, the driver, Rebecca Oliver, died, and taxpayers paid her family $700,000. The $2 million Hammond case happened 1 year later. Across the Upstate, police face dozens of civil lawsuits every year, including cases where prosecutors say a cop was justified. Upstate taxpayers pay about $2 million every year in settlements and legal fees. How can that happen?
The difference starts right here. In a criminal case, the prosecution has to show the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. We'll call that 99.9% guilty. And most prosecutors won't even bring a criminal charge without enough evidence to get that conviction. But in a civil case, the jury only has to believe the defendant is 51% at fault, and they can award a money damage.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Give us some help!
Case in point, the shooting of Ricky Clark in 2013.
Like he's headed towards the power line right away.
2 Anderson County deputies shot Clark after a high-speed chase that went off-road into the woods. The deputies say they fired in self-defense when Clark came at them in reverse. A state investigation, though, revealed one of the deputies involved failed a lie detector test about the day's events. And the solicitor wrote the deputies' actions were concerning, but not enough for a criminal case. The state later settled a civil claim, paying Clark a 6-figure settlement.
Police officers, number one, should have the benefit of immunity. In other words, they should get the benefit of the doubt.
Spartanburg Attorney John Reckenbile says police officers are supposed to get something called qualified immunity, meaning they can't be held liable in civil court for simply doing their jobs. The plaintiff has to show the cop violated someone's civil rights. In other words,
The cop making an arrest, the cop making a traffic stop,
Right.
had to have known before he shot somebody that he shouldn't have shot them.
Correct.
Angie Hammond says she only filed her civil case because she felt Officer Tiller should have known not to shoot, and she wanted justice. But her civil suit and large cash settlement brought scorn from some taxpayers who felt the family was cashing in.
Everyone thought that I was after all cops. I don't really look at what people say. I know the truth. God knows the truth.
It was after we saw the public reaction to the Hammond settlement that we went back and found all these other cases every single year that share the same pattern. In every upstate county but one, settlements involving law enforcement are the most expensive claims paid over the last 6 years.
Well, where does all the settlement money come from?
Well, the short answer is taxpayers. But if you think about it, most cities and counties do have insurance policies. So they'll pay a small portion of it maybe out of their general fund, but then a large part of it is premiums paid by all the cities and counties to either state insurance funds, municipal insurance funds. But again, those premiums are tax dollars. So when somebody settles one of these lawsuits, taxpayers pay it.
Now, there's another important question here. Who is right? Is it the state who says these shootings are justified, or the families that say someone's civil rights have been violated?
That is the real question here. So, because these cases all seem similar, but they're not, right? I mean, it's every case is unique. And so, obviously, the Hammond family fighting their claims, saying that the officer was at fault there. But each one of these cases involves different circumstances, different police officers, different people who are shot in each of those cases. But the question is, the state investigates every one of these. If they are doing the right investigation, maybe it's just burden of proof. Maybe it's just you have a lower standard to get a civil settlement. And guys, you never know what a jury's going to do.
Right.
So
That's
true.
so true.
All right, Gordon, thank you for that tonight.